good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston, man, roll that beautiful bean footage. Tell me, does it work?
Can you hear us?
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Rescue, Prepper Book Club, Gick Rhymes, Mad Shad, Ghost Lincoln, Prepping Mantis, Tracy K, Mad Shad in the house, Ghost Lincoln, Loretta, William K's, Wolfang. I hope you are recovering well, my friend. I saw you all drugged up leaving your surgery, and I hope you are healing well, my friend. Jeremy, welcome. William K's, Lori Q, Parabellum Prepper, Grateful Preps NJ. I told you I had something for you. I have a gift for my friend Grateful Preps NJ, and the next time I see you I have to get it to you, but you might want it before then, so I might actually ship it to you. I did some shopping, Livingston, man, at the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival merch shop, and I got my friend this Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival coffee cup, and I think it's pretty awesome. It's got, your sippy cup lid so you don't spill it on yourself. You can close it and open it and drink out of it and wash it and do all the things. Probably don't put it in the dishwasher. I don't tell me how. I don't know these things, but Grateful Preps NJ. This one's for you, my friend, and it's right here in its box, and I just wanted to show it off and show you what I got for you because I'm really excited about it because I think this thing is absolutely freaking awesome. Yeah, we got some other stuff out of the shop too, Livingston, man. Yeah, that one's for Grateful Preps.
Some things going on.
We've been in this stuff. Ed Case, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. I got these guys from the merch shop too. These are Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival water bottles. They're pretty awesome. Double walled. You don't want to boil water in these, but they're great for transport. Keeps your stuff cold. I've been using one at home for about a year now. They looked cool, but I didn't want to recommend them to anybody.
You got pets, because I have cats, right? I can't bring a glass of water to bed because they jump up on a nightstand and try to drink it. Shitbird militia, bro.
Yo, I'm telling you, if you filled this with whiskey for the pack, what kind of people?
Yeah, but
they're available. You can get these things in the links below. I believe there should be a little banner underneath the live stream that with all the merch in it and stuff, but it's in the description section below. The shirts, the white t-shirt.
Now they sent me this. I don't know if you can just get this, but I mean, they sent me this, and I swear to God, if not for the logos and stuff, although I do like their placement.
Yeah.
And, I'm backwards on the camera, so I'm pointing the wrong shit. All right, but just the way it's got, damn it again.
Roaming Prepper, good evening, my friend.
The way it's got the stuff, I like the shirt. Now, if any of you actually know me in real life, I don't really do the whole rocking logos on me thing.
Yeah.
But this shirt, I just like it.
Yeah.
Not to mention it's a brand
great.
that's
and it feels, it's good fabric at a whole 9 yards, man. Love it.
And it's
thank you so much, Nutrient Survival, for your care package. You are on the list that we are crossing off of videos to do. That's a big one. We got to get to the Nutrient Survival stuff. And speaking of freeze-dried stuff, Livingston, man, I got a package. I don't know if you saw. Livingston, man, doesn't. When I make a short,
pay attention.
It's usually me.
Watch this shit.
It's usually me with my phone out and about, and I just record something and post it. And, he's not even a subscriber to the channel.
Yes, so. I am. I just never get notifications. I think
they
assume
hit the bell icon.
I think they assume I know because I'm like half the time on my computer here, like I'm logged in as you on the shit.
Right.
So it thinks that like,
No, he is me, I is him, we are us. Grateful Preps NJ says, I'm still trying to figure out how to join the membership. I believe you hit the money button down below, and it will give you the option for
it's like a S with a
what
line
is it?
through it.
Chat. It's like a chat donation or a membership or something like that. It's pretty easy for me on the Android. With the Apple people, I can't help you, bro. I can't help you. Should have gotten Android.
I think it first has to start with you having like it was a PayPal or I don't know, some kind of Samsung,
linked
Apple
account.
Pay, some shit like that.
A linked account to your, I think it's a Google account that YouTube goes through. So.
Now I'm gonna just address. I'm just gonna come right out and say it because I know what everybody's thinking.
Here it comes.
I did not dye my beard. I was mowing grass all day and it was like kind of dusty and dirty. So like I'm actually just physically dirty right now.
Yeah, he's filthy. He's
filthy.
filthy. I came in and he was head first in the dryer, tearing it apart, fixing the broken things, not replacing them.
Well, no, I wasn't. Our good, your good brother. And also
my brother was in there.
Mr.
The whole
Pat,
thing apart. Thing.
I was just kind of being like, hey, what do you need, bro? I got you. I'm gonna hand you. It told us again. So I don't know who was here for the 3 live streams we attempted last night.
What the hell, guys? What the hell? And I've used StreamYard in the past. I mean, we had a 10-person panel on here, a survival summit with 10 different creators, and we had no issue, none. I have Angry on last night, and it was Echo City. The new feature that I have available is only on my phone. That was the Go Live Together thing from YouTube themselves. And it was, I think it worked well, the last and final one.
YouTube should buy StreamYard, and then integrate it into YouTube. Because like now, they must realize and know by now that all the creators and people like kind of band together. And it kind of stinks that you got to do it through the mobile. Like I hate this like push to everything mobile.
Yeah, nah, man, give it to us. Give it to us here. We could use it. Ghost Lincoln says last night was a YouTube attack on you guys. Totally could have been, man. I don't know.
Whatever was going on there.
Dog Prepper, I hope you're doing well, my friend.
We never got to the bottom of that. But
Tyler, good evening.
There was a joke and a serious part involved with that. It was like if you were here and you somehow fought your way through like all the attempts,
the
like
one dying and this one being taken down. And
like bless you so much like for sticking with us. Everybody that like caught all that, like you got to be kidding me. Thank you. I would not if a channel. I don't really know who you got to be for me to stick with you. I'm not a patient person. Okay, but also it's like. And now would be a good time to insert ads.
It keeps telling us we have to push more ads on you guys.
Last night it started going like just absolutely bonkers, and it pops up. Now would be a good time to insert ads, and I thought it was so funny that. Like,
and it just keeps popping back up on them too. It just wants them to hit the button. They show it to us as a money button, so if we hit it, that means we make money. Livingston Man goes over it and hits the close button. Because I think if we hit that button at any time, it will instantly insert an ad. Boom. So, Bob Dunn, good evening. Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. GSP in the house. What's good, my brother?
Yeah, so the moral of the story is when you think about acting up in the chat, know that I can trigger an ad at any time. It's gonna
Act a fool in the chat, you get the ads.
All right.
It behaves or it gets the
ads again. And they're going to be for some whack ass shit.
So freeze dried foods. You know, I got a little off topic there, but freeze dried foods. I got some freeze dried foods in the mail, and I got an awesome thank you note, handwritten from the good folks at. It just gets brighter and worse. This is the thank you note from the good folks at On Point Adventure Foods, and I bought a little bit, and there's some missing. Because
you want to try showing them again?
Well, what happened was Hudson Jr. You fixed the lights for me so I can show you guys. What an awesome handwritten thank you card from the guys and girls over at On Point Adventure Meals. It's a super small business, a home-based business, and they really need all the support they can get. So I'm going to show y'all some of the haul. I made a short about it, but Livingston Man didn't really get to see any of this stuff, so
Is there like a separate notification you gotta get for like when you post shorts or something? Because I ain't never seen them. I go on the channel, I'm like, damn, there's like shorts out there. I never seen any of them.
He didn't do any of them. So this box. Oh, this box. Fantastic
Shows
stuff
up
from
here
these guys,
box.
and their menu is constantly changing. It's constantly changing. They're always trying new things. They're throwing new stuff in the freeze dryer. They're seeing how it comes out. They have a group of people that they test this stuff on. I don't know how I signed up for that, but I would love to be a taste tester.
Some of the stuff that's coming off this line is mad. It's mad. It's like
I have already had some of these because I couldn't resist.
Some of this it comes off like someone told this person like you can't do that, and they were like, oh yeah.
They're called lemon bites. What they actually are is freeze-dried lemon heads. And you ready? Let me see, man. For some candy.
Yeah.
Freeze-dried lemon heads. Why are you squishing it? Because I'm excited about
sugar.
Sugar. Freeze-dried lemon head.
Water.
This is like one of my favorite
What the fuck's a lemon head?
candies.
It's like
sour. It's like a sour Skittle.
Oh my god! It's like. Oh wow. Okay, so so what's going on here?
Oh my god!
Wow! Okay, so
dried lemon head, guys.
it was like a sip of Sprite.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Like it fizzed.
Sugar water, Parabellum Prepper, sugar. If you need a
sugar
a boost,
in water. No, it's not sour. It tastes like Sprite. It tastes like
it's lemon. It's
like
lemon.
if you took Sprite and put it like outside in the burning hot sun and let it all evaporate.
Yeah, that's what the juice would taste like. It was almost bitter beer face at Nostradamus. Make the face, says Wolfgang.
Okay,
this
are
one.
okay.
This one is pretty interesting. I never would have thought that this would be as good as it is freeze dried, and a little easier to eat, honestly. This is freeze dried salt water taffy.
Well,
So
correct. Like show them again.
yeah. Freeze dried salt water taffy. They puff up a good bit when they put them in the freeze dryer. But this one,
this I gotta try because
this
I mean,
one's pretty good.
when I was a young warthog,
Freeze dried salt water taffy, my friend.
when your baby teeth were loose, like you get like the butterscotch things.
Yeah, and gum on them.
And pull your tooth out for you. So that's what saltwater taffy was. But
Freeze dried saltwater taffy. They're puffy. They're crunchy.
okay, I'm gonna show you exactly what this is right now. What I just ate is a giant Lucky Charms marshmallow. Mm-hmm. It's one that's like this big.
Saltwater taffy. Gear guy, what's happening, my brother? We're tearing through an on-point adventure food haul.
I was one of them weird, the anise ones.
This is like cotton candy flavored, the purple one.
I got the black licorice.
Man.
I got the
Joe Morgan. Good evening.
I got the anise, the black licorice one.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Here at Livingston, man, we'll fix that because the next item that we have from On Point.
There's two kinds of people. Either you hate black licorice, or you're like, it's really good, man. It's really good.
The Jägermeister drinkers out there love that stuff.
Okay, so all right, now you sold
Parabellum Prepper. These are beyond magically delicious. I highly recommend you go to onpointadventurefoods.com and pick yourself up some freeze-dried snacks, some freeze-dried desserts. I'm letting Livingston Man go.
Damn, I hate black licorice.
At this one for the palate cleanser. This right here is what a caramel apple lollipop turns into when you freeze dry.
Let's pull this out. We gotta show them this one.
Yeah, this thing.
No AI backgrounds here.
The stick fell off. Livingston Man, I'm sorry. I was too rough with it.
So there's an actual apple?
Caramel apple. No. It's caramel apple lollipops that you used to get with the caramel and the apple on them. They're big like Charms pops.
So we are freeze drying candy. Look at this
They
thing.
turn into This guy, it's like, it's bigger than a golf ball for sure.
It looks like Expandafoam.
Yeah, it's spray foam. Here you go, buddy. Here you go. That's a palate cleanser. Mr. B Local in the house. We all gonna die Wednesday.
It really looks like
he's getting down on the freeze-dried stuff.
Okay,
The
fucking giant Crunch Berry.
It's a giant what? Captain Crunch Berry?
Oh my god. I don't know.
Joking hazard Yardbirds. Ghost Lincoln, this box is 100% freeze-dried diabetes in a box. You have to hit moderation, bro. Moderation. He's gonna be crazy all night now. We got him sugared up. I
can feel it.
Not like it's gonna go bad. Outlaw, you're right, but it's
My fucking eyes are sweating out, bro.
It takes it to a whole nother level.
This is why we're all gonna die Wednesday.
They call them caramel apple puffs, and what you got here is an apple and caramel giant crunch berry. You said
it's a green apple crunch berry.
Section 3 survival says need some freeze dried shrooms.
I'm fucking hooked.
Wow! Caramel pops, incredible. This one's pretty good too. I don't know if you guys like brownie bark, but this is freeze dried brownie bark. Really good stuff. He's still on the caramel apple puff.
I'm not getting any caramel here, but there is some serious green apple. There's some green apple.
The brownie bark is phenomenal. I promise you, it's phenomenal. What else do we got? So there were 2 packages of freeze-dried ice cream that I had ordered. And I had ordered...
It's like hot wings. Like, it hurts so bad. Like
the caramel apple.
I can't stop
getting them.
It's like salt and vinegar. It's,
freeze-dried Oreo ice cream. They're cutting the little strips there so you can just break a piece off. This stuff is so good. Now, Hudson Jr. and I opened this box and went through it all together. And he was like, oh man, Dad's got some stuff sitting in the other room. So he decided to go sit down and play video games and eat an entire large package of mint chocolate chip freeze-dried ice cream to his face while he played video games. I bet you he twitched like crazy in his sleep that night. He ate a lot of freaking ice cream, a lot. And this stuff is phenomenal.
I dare you to eat one of them.
A caramel apple puff?
I'm on like this different plane. Right?
My mother's smart. I had to hide the rest of the box from him because, he's a grown boy, 16 years old, and grown like a weed and eats like a horse. So, but man, this stuff is good.
Wow.
Ghost Lincoln, a freeze dry Wednesday, bro. Gotta have it.
If candy wasn't enough, welcome to Candy Concentrate.
I will indeed try the caramel apple puffs, Livingston Man, because I bought another package of them. They're huge. When you freeze dry this stuff, it expands and it gets so big. I haven't tried these yet, but they are freeze dried strawberries. Pretty plain and simple. I bought them to add to the freeze dried meals that I have that really don't have enough fruit or anything in them. Or if you want to make some oatmeal, you can throw some of these in there. A little vitamin boost, good flavor boost.
I'll go to the top of the mountain right now, bro.
It's so sugared up.
Tell me again about why don't you give us the recap?
I did get a free gift from them that I thought was very interesting. And when I tried it, I was very surprised. So they sent me a sample pack of, they call them spicy Fruity Bites. So these are freeze-dried Skittles with a kick to them. Very, very interesting.
All right, let's do it.
Mrs. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival tried these and said that they were actually really good.
Spicy Skittles.
Spicy fruity bites, they have to call them, for legal purposes. Of course.
Now, I have
ownership of...
I've tried their fruity bites.
Spicy
before.
fruity bite. They got some stuff on them. It's not what you expect. Because when I first looked at them, I was like, I don't think so. But then I tried one, and I was really impressed by their spicy fruity bites that they sent me. Great flavor to them. Very, very cool. They're doing things, man. Like I said, they're always trying new stuff there.
Listen, that's like really good.
Yeah.
So it's not like spicy, but what it did is take away that citrus like bite from the Skittle.
Yeah.
Or the fruity bite.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the fruity bites. Daniel Stevenson, welcome to We All Gon' Die Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's good. Like
they're different. And then if you need a palate cleanser, there's always the freeze-dried Skittles. On Point Adventure Meals, man. I can't say enough good about them.
And they're pushing the envelope. They're like they're doing
the thing, man.
These are legit. This is basically boiling down to what can.
They're so good.
What can you freeze dry? And at this point, I'm pretty sure On Point has proved that you can freeze dry just about ever.
Yeah, they're out there. They're practicing. They're trying new things. And you guys can get a hold of this stuff, man. Go check them out. They'll ship it right to your front door. They're not that expensive.
The packaging
These
is
big
really
packages, I think, run about $10. Rob K, welcome. And the stuff is freaking delicious, man. There is no other company on the market that makes stuff like this that I know of.
Never heard of it.
And they are invaluable. The snacks that you guys can put. Daniel, we are eating On Point Adventure Meals. They call them freeze-dried fruity bites. For legal purposes, what they actually are is freeze-dried Skittles. You want a couple more of them?
No.
They're so good. My Mother Spark, thank you so much. These guys are great. Get in there, check them out. We don't make a dime from it. You're supporting a small business, and you're doing things for, a wife and a mother, and fantastic, man. The food that they have are incredible as well. All in the freeze-dried pack. This one is vegetable beef mashed potato bowl.
You can leave that.
And after the Apocalypse Diner incident, I had to buy another Southwest bowl. They're so freaking good. Small business. If you're looking for some freeze-dried foods that are out of the norm.
That's the new thing with these Apocalypse Diners, man. They don't let you keep, if you don't eat it, you can't keep it.
Yeah.
Finding this out more and more. I mean,
Mad Chad, they do sample packs. I think they're $3. And I promise you, whatever kind of candy or anything you're buying from them, just buy the big bag. I promise you will not be disappointed. The brownie bark is phenomenal. The lemon heads, this is like my favorite candy, and it's freeze-dried lemon heads. Phenomenal. You saw the Livingston man totally geek out over the caramel apple pop. He's still on another sugar level. Freeze-dried saltwater taffy. They have an incredible menu. Check them out, guys. Check them out. It's a small business, man. Help them out.
Shipper Militia, what it is we just ate a whole ton of candy.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's going to go like this, and it's going to go like this.
Yeah, and he'll be sleeping on the keyboard before we're done here tonight. But check them out, man. They make some awesome stuff. They're always changing the menu, so check back frequently. They're always adding new things. I mean, they do
entrees, but they're doing desserts and
they're doing desserts. They're
really
doing candies. They're doing everything. Mad Shad, yeah. Freeze-dried lemon heads, bro. Fantastic. Daniel Stevenson, thank you so much, man. Do us a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure when you do, you hit the bell icon.
Listen, whatever you do, don't eat like fucking 6 grams of sugar and then just drop a beer on top of it.
Yeah, that freeze-dried, huh?
That's hard.
Yeah, tell them Hudson Valley sent you if you go over to On Point Adventures. Clockwork Canary, we all gonna die indeed someday. Nobody knows what day that is. But
imagine if you did. Like, what good is that knowledge?
I don't know.
So we had talked about
hydrate when you eat a lot of freeze dried food. It means a lot of freeze dried water. Johnny, good evening.
We got 5 minutes, and then we're moving to the second half of this conversation. I got a topic on deck. But so yeah. Other freeze-dried food companies or long-term preservation food companies. Of course, you got your On Points there. You got the Peak Refuel, Mountain House.
Yeah.
All these now. Again, just like everything in prepping, those all boil down to a matter of personal preference.
Absolutely.
Now, of course, probably something like everyone is at least familiar with what Mountain House is, or maybe even had one.
Yeah.
If you're using Mountain House at the standard, then every brand we talked about, besides that, whether it's Nutrient Survival, Peak Refuel, all these people is above that. Mountain House is like Walmart. And every other thing is like kind of above that.
Yeah. You're definitely in a Target when you're into On Point Adventure Meals, and the Peak Refuel, I guess, would be like Macy's.
Now,
but I think On Point is up there and equal with Peak Refuel.
And if you're going to line them all up against each other, the one thing I think that's going to stick out, the difference in all of them, is going to boil down to like shelf life. Whereas I think Mountain House is winning the race where they got straight up 10 years.
I think so. Some of them have 25-year shelf life.
Whereas now the Peak Refuel is not so much.
No. Those require a lot less water to rehydrate. So the shelf life on those, they say, is diminished. But I think that's really going to depend upon your storage. They're in a Mylar bag. They're sealed. And they're created for freshness. So it's like a best by date, not necessarily an expiration date on them.
I found somewhere, weasel words, but I saw somewhere it exists an actual table of shelf lives of things versus what it actually is printed on the label.
Yeah.
That's for like ass covering purposes.
Yeah.
The food will, in general, stored properly, last much longer than you're told it would. Of course, we're all familiar with the story of, oh man, I bought the 2 million year old Himalayan salt and it expired yesterday.
I had to throw it out.
Darn it.
Gick Rhymes says hot sauce helps a lot of food. Absolutely. If you guys aren't prepping spices and things like that,
I have hundreds.
You're wrong.
Of little bottles of Tabasco from MREs. I probably have. I never use it. For some reason, like I hoard it.
I said it in the video that folks that don't prep stuff like this, it's really gonna suck in the apocalypse when you've got to eat beans and rice every day.
Outlaw Jackson kind of makes it's a great point that everyone should think about. Is it's a backpacking food when you're on the move and trying to stay light.
Absolutely,
it is not survival food. You're not going to sit down.
Not long term.
You don't. No one has the. What are you going to do? Stock up on a semi full of freeze dried food and take it with you when you got to bug out. So you're not rebuilding civilization with freeze dried food. Honestly, what do I find it best for? When I'm trying to watch like the Super Bowl or like the fireworks,
and you don't want to get up,
just
bust out the jet boil,
a little cup of boiled water. I put it in my pouch and I don't have to move off the couch.
Dinner for two, because all of the Peak Refuels, I think all of the On Point Adventure Meals, I think they all have 2 serving sizes in one package. Eric, hello to the girls this evening. Daniel, yes, spices last a very, very long time, especially if you can package them right. You store them in the Mylar with an oxygen absorber. Keep the air out of them. Keep them in a cool, dry place, out of the sunlight, and they're going to last a really, really long time, guys. My mother's Spark would know better, how long things would last than I do. I look at the date and I'm like, whatever, let's try it.
All kinds of it boils down to oxidation, which so when you create an anoxic environment where there is no air,
right,
you can significantly boost your
Very
preservation time. Why when people sink to the bottom of when there's a shipwreck like in Lake Superior, the water's so cold and so still that it's an anoxic environment. It can preserve things for hundreds of years, just from being in a cold, dark, no air environment.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to be careful about the environment that you store those packages in too. I saw recently that Angry Prepper lost a bunch of preps due to rust. It was just in a bad environment, a lot of moisture, and all of his cans rusted. The lids to his jar rusted. So all that stuff is compromised now.
Is that normal? Now, I'm sure a lot of you have canned and done this stuff before. Is that something that's like bound to happen? Like,
Yeah, if you don't store it properly, I guess, or if you don't clean or wipe your jars, you're probably going to leave something on the lid that would aid in the oxidation. Especially if you're canning like sauce or something, you really have to clean those things really good after you're all done and they're cooled and everything. Really wash them out, I guess. Maybe even take vinegar to them to make sure they're clean. I'm not sure. It's not my forte.
yeah.
But I would imagine. And again, my mother's Spark says take the rings off. Yeah.
I was thinking because what I was imagining is that like did the rings get boiled too?
I don't know.
And so like because then it's gonna ruin because they're not like what they used to be. And I also wonder, do they make like stainless steel ones or like they have like upgraded freaking canning rings and shit? You don't always have to buy like the cheapest, quickest one on Amazon.
Yeah.
Look around, maybe get the one that's gonna last if this is what you're gonna do.
And check the reviews, guys. Definitely got to check the reviews. And read the 1-star ones. Because somebody out there had a real issue. Half the time it's just an idiot talking crap, but you can filter through them pretty fast.
Yeah, a lot of I've often found 1-star reviews or negative ones are people that like didn't do it right.
Okay, Parabellum Prepper says he boils his jars and the rings. There you go.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say also that like you go to the store today, right now, in a high rotation place. Let's say maybe you bought your canning supplies at Walmart. Your quality you're gonna get is going to be less than somebody that got their supplies like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the fact everything is cheaper, but for some reason it's twice the price, and it is what it is.
Yeah, Daniel said perhaps storing them on concrete was the issue. It could be. The concrete stays cool in a hot environment, especially if it's in like a storage unit or something like that.
You know what I do is when you get electronics especially.
Roaming Prepper, have a great night, my friend.
They give you these little pouches of the silica gel. It says "Do not eat."
Yeah.
I hoard them too.
Descant, yeah.
Yeah, and what you can do is keep stuff dry, like
electronics, things like that.
Yeah, I have
throw them in with the GoPros and the batteries.
I have two little ones actually sit in the bottom of the computer, like again, just to make sure like fucking moisture don't be gathering in places I don't want it. Maybe that's a thing for people storing cans. Nobody's got like. We're not all climate controlled out here with
very true.
And so like where you can store your stuff is where you can store your stuff. But one of the main things you want to do is keep airflow. It doesn't have to be huge, but you don't want to seal your stuff in like a room, like a basement that's humid and stuff like this. You want to keep it in a place where the air moves a little bit.
Yeah. I believe Parabellum Prepper just said a dehumidifier in the dark corner of the basement. Yeah, that's a great spot. It's a great spot as long as it's nice and dry and relatively even temperature most times of the year in the basement. Great storage spot.
Speaking of basements, it's 8:04. We're 4 minutes past the halfway mark. Should I hit him with an ad?
No, they're great. The chat has been off the chain tonight, man.
What the heck was the name of that town?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay, you guys,
I sent him some links on this.
No, the world be getting hotter, the weather be getting more bitchy. Yeah. Now there's a place in Australia called, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, I'm sure, Coober Pedy.
Yeah, where most of the people live underground.
Now, if I just drop this in the chat, can I just drop this in the chat?
You should be able to copy and paste.
Copy link.
There
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Now, there you go.
What these folks do here? This is a mining town. They mine opal here, apparently.
Oh, there's too many characters in the link for it to go through. There's 203 out of 200.
Well then.
So sorry, Livingston.
What I'm going to invite you guys to do is...
Oh no, that wasn't the right link anyway. That was actually a link to something else. If you click on the Coober Purdy.
What I want you guys to do is type this into like your alternate browser, Coober Pedy, or however it's pronounced.
Yeah. It's a cool place. It's a cool place.
What it is, it's an opal mining town in Australia. Something like, what is it, 1,500 people live there?
Yeah, I think that was the actual number.
North of Adelaide. It's the opal capital of the world.
66 people living.
Coober Pedy is renowned for its below-ground dwellings called dugouts, which are built in this fashion due to the scorching daytime heat.
Yeah, keep everything underground, guys. Even yourselves.
It's a small town about halfway between Adelaide and Alice Springs.
Could you imagine digging your house and finding like giant opal deposits and you're like, I'm rich, bitch!
The harsh summer desert temperatures mean that many residents prefer to live in caves bored into the hillsides, dugouts they call them. A standard 3-bedroom cave home with a lounge, kitchen, and bathroom can be excavated out of the rock in the hillside or for a similar price to building a house on the surface.
There you go.
However, dugouts remain at a constant temperature while surface buildings need air conditioning, especially during the summer months when temperatures often exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
The relative humidity rarely gets over 20%.
Okay.
And the skies are usually cloud-free.
Wow.
The average maximum temperature is 89 to 90 degrees, but it can get quite cool in the winter.
Okay. All right. So this would be a great place to live underground, have your solar panels above ground. And man, you could power your whole underground cavern with solar panels out there. It sounds like
this is rather impressive. Look at this,
cloud free.
And because of the way the rock is, there's a different article I read. I'm quoting from the Wikipedia article right now, where they were talking about the rock is such that it's very easy to dig through. A fellow was like, he built a den like over the weekend.
Wow. That's incredible.
When you show up to this place, what you see, you don't really see too many buildings above ground, but you see all these piles of dirt. And with a mailbox next to the pile of dirt. That's where people live under the ground. Man. And I wondered, I was like, is this the future? Because like it's getting hotter, the weather's getting shitty. Everything is our future underground.
Well, who was it? There was an Indian tribe who believed that they were birthed out of the earth, like the ants were their relatives.
Oh man, is it the Navajo? I don't want to be wrong on this.
Southwestern,
like some Anasazi sort of folks.
Yeah. They believe that they came out of the earth. Somebody in the chat's going to have to let me know who they were. I can't remember the name of them. The Hopi. Thank you,
That's it. Yeah.
Carpenter.
Yes. Yeah.
The Hopi. Yeah. They believed that they were birthed out of the ground after a great flood.
There's been many, like in Darren Kuyu, is it in Turkey? Guy stumbled. He was digging in his basement and he broke through a wall,
this underground
city that could support allegedly like 20 to 30,000 people from antiquity. So I mean, this was a thing we did a lot.
Yeah.
And knowing what we know about
people tunneled
with geothermal and passive heat transfer and all this, like is our future underground?
Well, Granite State Prepper says you're not living underground on my property without a decent amount of dynamite. The Granite State says it all. It's also a great shield against radiation, the granite.
Granite's very hard, especially that Colorado stuff.
The stuff here is in the Adirondacks. Everything is granite.
It's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, sparkly granite. Moldy Soldier, what's good, my
brother?
Look at
the other stuff too. Is it
We All Gonna Die Wednesday?
The garnet sand? It's red.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The garnet mines are up there. They're up there.
I found a Herkimer diamond once, real big one too.
Oh, nice.
Because you go there, right? You go there and you can pay for a bucket.
Yeah, and you go out there, tools, rent a shovel, and go.
So then they had this whole area.
Diamonds.
They had this whole area like you can't go here, and like right across the barrier was like this. I could see the damn thing sticking out this rock, and I was like, I jumped the fence. I was a little kid at the time. Jumped the fence, smashed it off the side of the rock with the hammer. And I was God, I found a big old Herkimer diamond.
Prepper Book Club. I always wanted one of those missile silo properties too. They're very inconspicuous. You had like a 3-bedroom house on the surface with a like a swing set outside.
Service shack.
American flag on the door and mailbox out front. Fenced in property, right? Always fenced in property.
The problem with those, they're a gamble to get a hold of one. You're not really sure what you're going to get. In some case, all that was necessary was they had to decommission them. And contractors took this very liberally as to what that meant. Sometimes you just got one. It just had a cement plug in the top. If you blow through that, the whole thing's there. Other guys flooded them or like really, messed them up. And
Shipbird Militia says, are you familiar with the Escape the City books? I am not, my friend. I am not, but I will definitely look into them.
It wasn't a scenario that occurred to me.
What's that?
Escaping the city. I mean, Hudson.
I'll just go around it.
I'll walk right out. Matter of fact, I'm walking right in. Okay, when the shit goes down.
Thank you, Shipbird Militia. Appreciate it, my friend.
When the shit goes down, I'm coming for Hudson, bro. Like,
I ain't going nowhere near that place.
I stood back long enough to watch it go down.
Well, I'll sit back and just watch it all go, man. Watch it all go. That's why we prepare, so we don't have to be in that initial wave of bullshit.
We could go in, like, sit up on Rossman Hill and just watch it.
Burn, yeah. Bring my lawn chair.
Eat itself.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
See what the mainstream media does to you? It makes you makes you think you want to watch things like that.
Remember the book Hatchet? I do vaguely. Billy Homesteader. Vaguely.
Yeah, the book Hatchet's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
The kid, he's going to visit his father in the Alaskan bush, and he jumps on the plane, and they're going to bush pile.
Yeah, the plane crashes.
The guy dies behind the wheel of the plane, and it crashes the plane. Kid lives. Plane's at the bottom of a freaking lake. Nobody knows where the H they are.
Yeah.
And all he's got is the damn hatchet his mother gave him, or what is it?
Yeah.
It really great book. I'd read that again today. I mean, you were kind of force-fed it in English class in high school.
Daniel Stevenson, Newburgh, New York is another one of those places that you just kind of go out and around. I know that much about Newburgh. I haven't been there in a long time. Military airfield right there.
Miss me with it.
Not a place that I'd really want to hang out. I did spend a lot of time in Newburgh, New York when I was a very small child. Yeah.
I knew some dudes in Beacon, which was also gangster and ghetto as fuck.
Beacon, yeah.
Places I'd rather not visit. It's like just Poughkeepsie 3.0 really is what it is. And you know what? As an upstate New Yorker, which doesn't include anything south of... now you're asking me shit, Columbia County.
Constitutional Carpenter Hatchet. I know my son recently read it in school, for school. So, yeah, I do believe it's still kind of required reading.
It's an excellent book, and it not only tells a great story, but it makes a lot of like good, like essential, tried and true prepper methods.
Yeah, there's survival. Just survival methods.
Yeah, there's no thermocells here. There's no one tiger shit here. This is all like a kid's plane crash. He has to dive under the water. Eventually, he's screwed, and he has to go in and get the survival bag that he remembered out of the plane under the water and shit.
And swim back up, yeah.
Bears steal his shit. He gets wrecked by bugs. Like, it's intense, man. And if they made a movie about it, check it out if you're not into books.
Yeah, Daniel Stevenson. I spent a lot of time on Stewart when it was an Air Force base back in the day when I was a kid. My father was crash fire rescue out there. And, yeah, I hung out there quite a bit. Mr. B. Local says Livingston Hills.
Livingston Hills, that's where I want to be.
Living in Livingston Hills. Fantastic. That's enough to get us demonetized.
No, they need 30 seconds. They need 30 seconds.
Need 30 seconds? I think we only got about 15 in
yeah, I mean, if y'all are digging the book Hatchet, it's really a great book. And if you have kids, you maybe want to get them a copy of it. Have them read it or read it to them. It's amazing. Or get the movie. I don't care what, but the message and the story.
Granite State Prepper, read him Hatchet for a bedtime story. Have a great night, my friend.
So we went on the Coober Petty thing, which I thought was just an interesting place because it felt like a lot like that. Like, damn, there's some little freedom here.
Yeah, you could do that. You could totally live underground. I would imagine that.
There's no building codes. Do whatever you want. They're talking about like sometimes you might burst through your neighbor's wall. Like, oh, sorry, mate.
That's a good one, man.
Black Star, is he here, man? You ever heard of this place?
Yeah, Black Star. We gotta know. Coober Petty.
Coober Petty, and we're probably he's like you're pronouncing it way wrong, mate. Dying from
that and Where the Red Fern Grows was great too. Kids need imagination, absolutely.
Fern Gully was actually pretty dope because then they made Avatar, which was just Fern Gully with like machine guns.
Oh man,
what was the other one? Anybody ever have? You all have to watch The Voyage of the Mimi. Anybody ever see that?
Voyage of the No.
No, you didn't see the voyage of the Mimi, bro. They was like tracking the humpback whales, teaching you about you gotta be nice and stop dumping your trash in the ocean. Back when we was 12, they were trying to tell us, and we were like, whatever.
Yeah,
we're Americans, motherfucker.
Whatever.
You know what, guys?
Feed the turtles plastic.
At this point, just like throw your
Moldy
fucking
Soldier. Yes, Hatchet is the name of the book.
Hatchet. It's legend. It's required.
The Foxfire books.
Whole series of them. That's pioneer shit.
Yeah,
that's like
if you can learn that kind of survival, the stuff that was taught to the pioneers, like by the natives.
Yeah, like you just like went and claimed your 100 acres out in Kansas territory.
Yeah, that's the real deal stuff. All you have is a tarp and a couple of rudimentary tools.
Parabellum prepper. I mentioned Darren Kuyu earlier in the context of Cooper Petty about underground civilizations are a thing and are not new. I wonder if that's where we'll go back. As we,
Prepper Book Club, thank you very much. Hatchet by Gary Paulson.
That's it. That's the one.
Yep.
Very
the
good.
Hatchet was made into a movie called A Cry from the Wild. Johnny, awesome. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Definitely have to check that out.
Really, it's I could fanboy all night about it. It's a really good book.
Yeah. I'm sure the movie's got to be pretty awesome too, because if it follows the storyline, it should be fantastic.
As a general rule, the book is better than the movie, with some exceptions.
Usually more detail in a book, a little more story explanation.
Right, they
got to fill up those pages,
Right, books. A good book will take you maybe a week, 3 days to read. Right.
Yeah.
A movie's supposed to put the whole thing into like an hour and a half.
I did 1984, an audiobook in 3 days. I mean, I like deep dove into that thing and really embraced it. I don't remember. It was one of the free ones on YouTube, and I just let it play. Prepared Irishman, thank you so much. Too many ads. Let's give another one. Well, Livingston Man said he's gonna hit the ad button if the chat acts up tonight. But everybody's been fantastic. Mary Miles, good evening. Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
1984 is, of course, an excellent, great book that if you read it, you'll realize someone's using it as an instruction manual.
Absolutely.
With a lot of entertainment and some of the stuff is a little corny and perhaps outdated, but you got to keep in mind the book was written in 1947.
Yeah, things were a little different back then.
It's still basically relevant.
Absolutely. Joe DeFazo says, I'm putting my order in for the freeze-dried stuff right now. Gotta try those cheesecakes. Telling you, bro, they were fantastic. The blueberry one, and I think it was the cherry or strawberry one I had.
If for some reason you need to have like a sugar freak out right now,
that is
get the caramel apple fucking thing, because like you ever see take a crunch berry, make it sour apple, and make it the size of a softball, and go ahead. Atlas Shrugged, of course, we're talking classic literature at this point, folks. And I may add, books that have been banned. Controversial works. You should read them. There's a reason that they don't want you to see or know what this says. And for better or worse, you should be allowed to know what something a person 75 or 100 years wrote. Like, come on. Because censoring history.
Santiago, what's good, my brother? Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
The good guys are never the ones burning books. The good guys are never the ones burning books. Say it with me.
So modern book burning would be
cancel culture,
censoring people on social media. I found it really interesting that the other day the Biden administration decided that they wanted to fight against them not being able to censor conservatives. I thought that was crazy. They want to appeal the judge's decision that said it's unconstitutional for them to silence conservative viewpoints. And now they want to, put a stay in so that they can continue to silence conservatives until the decision is finally reached. That's just telling of the people who are in charge and the way things are going to go, Livingston Man. And the Bison Bowl and the venison meal from Peak Refuel are amazing.
I'm going to drop some knowledge right now.
Do it.
should hate speech be given a platform? No. It shouldn't find one. Is hate speech anything you disagree with? No, it's not. There needs to be a fine, defined line between what is indeed hate speech, which is ignorant, wrong, and just disgusting, and simply a viewpoint I don't agree with. And people need to get over their personal BS and realize that not everyone agrees with you. And start dialogue and be smart and stop being so stereotypical, frankly, corny and stupid. And be yourself and think for yourself. Just because I said something or people who are like supposedly like you think a certain thing doesn't mean you have to. You can look between the lines and you can find your own truth and shit. But instead, so many people choose to like walk some path because they're basically told they should. And for what it's worth, I'm telling you, question whether you should.
Boom. 125. Welcome, my friend, to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. I want to rewind just a little bit and catch the Livingston Man tirade. I hope you guys could hear him because that was epic. I tried to be quiet to make sure everybody could hear you. Fantastic. Fantastic. Merkel says, I don't discriminate. I hate everyone equally. See? But can you turn the audio up? Yeah. When the Livingston Man rolls to the Livingston Man camera, can you see the big giant microphone right here? He's a soft talker, and it was with love. Now I saw a question earlier, way earlier in the stream that I want to address. And the question was from Rob K, I believe. And the question was, do you guys prep old-time tools and things like that? Have you thought about how to gather firewood without modern tools? The answer is yes. I have the two-man saws. I have the wedges. I have the hammers. I have the knowledge. And I just need to practice it more. You know, I need to get out and take those saws and put them through their paces and make sure they're going to do what they're going to do. They're really freaking old, but I have them, and if it needs to be done, it can be done. 125's big, strong guy. He could, be the muscle end of it, and I'll just be the hand that helps. Old Joe Biden, welcome. I clicked a car wash ad. Here I am.
Joe, I know you ain't got a whole lot of money left since we made friends with old Volodymyr over there, but do you think maybe you could...
Grateful Preps, thank you so much.
I'm going to need old Joe Biden to hit that money button. I need a third stimulus, Joe. Come on, help us.
Joe, yeah, old Joe Biden, smash that money button.
Smash that money button.
That's it. You guys can totally take care of it. Hunter says the O2 sensor socket came today. Jackpot. Thank you so much, my friend. You need gloves too. I invite you out to work on your tree cutting skills. Everybody wants something filled.
Come on, Brandon, give me my stimmies, bro. Smash that money button. It looks like an S with a line through it, Joe. You know the thing.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna get everybody to do the Let's Go Brandon chat.
He knows the thing.
Right in the chat. Give him the Let's Go Brandon.
His butt's been wiped.
Good thing is wood is your friend, Daniel Stevenson. Absolutely. And, gathering wood and burning wood warms more than once because you're warming up when you're cutting it. You're warming up when you're splitting it. You're warming up when you're carrying it. And then you're warming up when you put it in the stove.
That's the old adage, right? Is
wood warms twice.
Yeah, split your own wood and it'll warm you twice.
Yep, that's for sure. And make you strong. Splitting wood's hard work. Not easy. See, look at the cyborg muscles.
I guess that's spaghetti sauce, actually. I was hungry, okay?
The 9 wonder of the world, Mr. P. Local. But I think it would be cool to, fell a decent sized tree with it. I need to do it someplace where.
What are you doing this with an axe?
No. With a 2-man.
Where are you gonna? When it comes
I have a place. Mr. B Local knows where I'm talking about, but I think we could.
When you get into stuff like that, okay, where are you going to keep it? You're not fucking backpacking that.
No. No. Hey, old Joe! We got stimmied by old Joe.
I can't believe it.
Man, sweet sassy molasses.
You just earned yourself a lifelong Democrat voter, Joe. Doing it right. Now we're talking. Got to pay me, boy.
Yardbirds, yeah, you got to season your firewood, man. That's something that I think everybody should have on hand is some seasoned firewood. Now, seasoned is not a couple of seasons.
It starts a year in advance.
Yeah, you have to. The wood that you split a year ago is the wood that you will burn next year. So
you have to rotate.
You have to have some.
Yeah, you got like separate piles of stuff, and then there's different wood. Some people like or require a certain kind of wood. They burn at different temperatures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you can find your own personal like.
You don't want to use pines. None of the pines.
No, or the walnut.
Hardwoods.
You think with a lot of oak is good. You want a slow, hot burn. Oak works.
Yep, oak, ash,
maple. Don't put locusts in your fucking wood stove. Don't do it. You're gonna pot belly that thing.
Constitutional Carpenter says, I'd hate to get a big saw like that in a bind. I'd probably fell the tree and use axes and saw to cut up chunks to split. I have the big splitting mauls and wooden wedges so that thing hopefully won't get stuck. They're hardwood wedges, and you just drive them in behind it to help fell that sucker the way you want to go. You got to cut your notch first, and then, fell that sucker with the big saw.
Back in the day, now I don't know what kind of tree you think you're gonna find, but unless you're know of an old growth forest somewhere.
Awesome Virginia bushcrafter.
The biggest tree you're gonna find is what, girth 36 inches.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So anyone who's used to doing something like this with a chainsaw is gonna be dismayed to find out that back in the day with like a 2-person saw or like one guy doing it, felling the tree was your day.
Yeah, it's going to take you all day to drop the tree. It's going to take you a whole nother day just to cut it in the logs.
Yeah, you took lunch once you got your notch cut.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
So if you're imagining, modern society not existing, then imagine that everything takes a lot longer and is a lot harder.
Yeah. I've been collecting the tools. It was something I wanted to get into with Angry last night. The odd things that we prep for what we feel is our inevitable shit hit the fan scenario. Mine is definitely the saws, the old lot splitters, all kinds of stuff like that. Prepper Book Club, Livingston Hills is where I want to be. If you saw the place, you probably wouldn't agree. But I think we should do a parody music video, Livingston. Yeah, it's happening.
I already wrote the song. I've heard all about that place. Scandalous, that place. It was for a time anyway. Maybe they made some changes down there. I don't know.
Daniel says, locust sucks because they look like they're going to fall. Locust is one hot, burning wood, man. That stuff is gnarly and stringy and tough to split.
It's terrible. It grows really fast. It's brittle. It's not wind resistant and ever. A live ass tree will just snap off and break, shatter into pieces for no reason. Burn hot. I always heard don't burn that in your wood stove. You'll fucking red. You'll forge your fucking wood stove and it's turn red hot.
Virginia Bushcrafter says, I love harvesting and processing wood. Hard work, but rewarding. It is very rewarding.
Oh, and it smells so damn
good.
Good.
Well, look at you stack everything up all nice after you got it all split, and that's a big thing. Daniel Stevenson, we are huge on testing your equipment here. Huge. We host in-person events a couple times a year.
We're fucking huge in Japan, bro. Nobody in America knows who we are, but listen, we go overseas and it's
Eric N1RV says, how many people have sponsored the medical class? We have 5 sponsored spots for the medical class. The medical class is first aid, CPR, AED, and then wilderness first aid. we're going to take all of those classes for one $200 fee. We have 5 spots sponsored for the training weekend. You have to get in advance. The registration for it is going to close September 1st. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, go down in the description section, go to the Facebook group, and the link is pinned right at the top of that. And check it out, man. The medical class is fantastic. I'm going to be there. I have to get recertified and all of this stuff. Got to do it. Got to have wilderness first aid, man. That's how to do all the first aid without all the fancy stuff. It's a great course. If you're out in the woods, if you're out in the bush, if you're where things aren't, you're not around your stuff all the time, you should absolutely think about that. Gear Guy says, is there a place to stay? There is free primitive camping up there. There is
free your mind and you can stay in.
There is also a lot of hotels in the area. I know some folks are going to stay at some hotels. Some folks are going to come and camp out. I thought about renting a couple spots at a local campground, and the folks who want to come out and test out some gear and get a medical class in, hey man, come on out. It's $200. You're not really registered for anything. If you go and you click the going button, that doesn't mean you're going. You have to actually pay strategic ETC for the course, then you're registered. My Mother Spark, thank you so much for the link. I really, really appreciate it. Eric, 5 sponsored spots is absolutely fantastic. And if you cannot afford to go, but need this training, contact me, Hudson Valley Prepping Survival at gmail.com. Let me put your name in the hat. The Livingston Man and I will draw some names, and those folks will get to go to the class free of charge and get certified in medical training, man. The CPR, the AED, the first aid, the wilderness first aid, all of it, and they will be better prepared for it.
We're going to draw a name out of a hat.
Well, we're going to draw 5 names out of a hat.
You guys trust
5 slots.
You guys trust elections, don't you?
I'm not elected. I'm selected.
Ooh, okay, well, that's the American way. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 8:33 p.m. I want to thank every single gosh darn one of you for coming.
Thank you to everybody for the donations. We really, really appreciate it. All of the donations from now on until September 1st, I will be putting into a fund for sponsoring more people for the medical class.
Okay.
All right. So whatever donations we receive, I'm going to keep throwing that money into people getting medical classes.
How can people who are interested in being part of this selection process get a hold of you and make sure that you know who they are? How do they do that?
Email me, Hudson Valley Prepping Survival at gmail.com.
Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival
Gmail. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival at gmail.com.
You want to be in on the thing? You can make it like you're legit.
Oh, Moldy Soldier, that is absolutely freaking awesome, bro. He says, folks, I work for Marriott, and if you send Mike your info and he emails me saying you're legit, I can give a sign up for you for our friends and family rate if it's available. Moldy Soldier, that is so awesome, my friend. Thank you so much.
That's why I love this darn community
it's
so much.
Absolutely fantastic. My Mother Spark, thank you for posting the email up there.
If you want to get in on this wilderness survival certification event, and you're like legit, like you're gonna come and do the thing, get a hold of Mike. We'll see if you're in the running to get there free of charge for it.
Absolutely. Daniel Stevenson, looking forward to it, my friend. Mike, I'm emailing you those books. There you go. Thank you so much, Shitbird Militia. Appreciate it, my friend. Folks, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. And hopefully we're going to churn out some new content for these folks in the next couple of days, I hope. Maybe next week. Betty Lou Tower, have a great night.
We've burned up our stored up footage.
Yeah,
time for the new stuff.
It's all gone. It's time to make it all new, folks. So we will see you soon. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. We out of here.